Hello everybody, this is VerticalSandwich, and welcome back to Let's 100% Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And we are doing taxi missions. Actually, we've already done some. But the way I figured I'd do this is I'd show you some taxi missions, and then we'd skip to the end, and I'd show you the end. Because you have to do 100 of these, and seriously, if I showed you if I made a video for all the taxi missions, it would be longer than the paramedic stuff, and it just doesn't make any sense. Because you really can just do 3 of these at a time, 30 times and get to 100, and well, 3 times 30 isn't 100, and I know that, but so anyway, I do them on this island because there's this main strip that runs from the south part of the island all the way up to the ammunition, and most of the people spawn or need to be dropped off along that area, so there are actually only a couple places that are really inconvenient from that part, or from that street. So if you do it on the other island, they'll do the same thing. You'll pick people up in the north and have to run down to the south, but then you have to do all these kind of twists and turns to get them to like pole position club and places like that. So it just, it doesn't make any sense. So anyway, so you hop in a cab, and we have the zebra cab because we completed the Kaufman cab asset. And, you hit R3, and it starts the missions, and people will have, they'll appear on your map as a yellow blip, and they'll have little arrows above their head, and you stop by them and they get in. And the time for these missions is cumulative, so if you finish a mission early, you get a speed bonus. Time rolls over and adds to your total, so you can get totals for time up to like, 20 minutes, probably 30 minutes if you did 100 of these straight. But we're not going to do that. I'm not doing 100 of these in a row. So yeah, so that's basically it. This is, and there really isn't, there's nothing that requires a lot of skill to do this. It's not really like any of the other R3 missions where you really need to put together a sequence of something, or you really have to have some endurance or some concentration. I mean, you really just have to, just keep doing it until you hit 100. So there's really not a lot of strategy we can talk. I mean, you can try locations. I do have to say though, if you when you drop off people at Escobar Airport, people will spawn in the terminal that you can't pick up, so just drive away, and the next person who spawns won't be in the terminal. Like, you get away from the terminal, and they'll spawn, other people will be hailing taxis. So, and you can do that, you can use that to your advantage. I mean, if you wanted to, you could probably actually hit the R3 button, pick up a person, and if they wanted to go somewhere that you didn't want to take them, you could probably just cancel the missions, then hit the R3 button again and pick up a different person. So, like I said, there's really, you just have to have kind of you really have to have the kind of want to do this, to get to 100%, because it really doesn't take much more than you continually getting on the horse until it works. Taking people to the stadium, which we're doing right now, it's kind of a pain too. I mean, it's another location that's a little out of your way, but we do what we have to do. So we won't be, like I said, we won't be doing many of these, and we won't be showing you a lot of it because, it's just something that you have to do. And, when we're done, we'll get a neat little ability, and which I'll tell you, when we get it, or show you when we get it, so. Alright, so I'll see you when we finish. Alright, so actually we're taking a break from the taxi stuff to do the Bloodring mission. So, the stadium opens every night at 8 o'clock, I know I didn't say this, and every 3 nights it has the same, every 4th night it has the same thing, so it's like, it does the 3 different games you can play, and then, it goes back to the first one in the sequence on the 4th night. So, you gotta kind of watch for that when you want to do them. You gotta do all 3, you gotta beat them. And this is the demo derby one, it's called Bloodring. And the way it works is you start with 30 seconds on your timer, and you have to pick up checkpoints, and each checkpoint adds 10 seconds to your timer, and you have to get your timer above a minute. And if you go in to do it a second time, it'll make you go to 2 minutes. But what you want to do is kind of drive around the edge of the arena, because if you go down in the middle, you're just going to get creamed by these people. So, but if you drive around the edge, they won't be up around the lip very much, and you can kind of watch and just drop down when you need to hit checkpoints. That's the only strategy that works. You kind of got to get lucky, too. I mean, because if you run out of time, you fail. And so, with all the stadium missions, it makes a lot of sense to just save. And be careful, because saving adds like 6 hours to your time, or like 8 hours to your time. So save before you would, so that after the save, it would be about time to go in the stadium. And then just keep reloading your game until you get it right. Seriously, it just like because hot ring, which is the last one we have to do. Hot ring is horrible. It's just a nightmare, and I have so much trouble with it. So yeah, so you have to pick up at least four checkpoints. It'll probably be more for you. If you can get four right away, that would end the mission. I mean, like I said, we're at 54 seconds here, so we pick up one more, and there we go. We won. And that's it. It'll kick us outside, and that's one less thing we have to do. So, alright. Oh, and I forgot to show you that. Okay, after you do the Bloodring mission, this car will be available outside of the stadium. This is the car from the mission. It's called the Bloodring Banger. It's kind of cute. It's got an advertisement for Sprunk Cola that purposely looks like Sprite Cola, like on the side, and then on the top it's the number 69. So it's a real kind of, you know, juvenile Vice City joke, which, yeah, whatever, you know. We're not above the 69 joke every once in a while. And I'm gonna stick it in the garage. You don't need to. There's no reason. It's not even a unique vehicle. It spawns in place all the time. So, and I don't use this for anything. All right, so we're back on taxi cab missions, and we actually only have 2 to go. So. And when you're done with this, when you get to 100, it will, it actually doesn't do anything. It doesn't do like the pizza missions or the ambulance missions. It doesn't just stop you. It'll let you keep going. You could do probably 8 hours of these missions if you really felt the need. Oh, and did I mention that you get a $100 bonus for every 5 people you pick up in a row? So 5 in a row gives you 500, 10 in a row gives you 1,000, 15 in a row gives you 1,500. So, I mean, you can keep doing that. And I mean, you make money doing the taxi missions, but... So anyway, so when you get 100 of these, all it'll do is it'll add the ability to jump in the taxis. Like the taxis will get something called the boost jump, where you hit the horn button and they hop. And you can hop over other cars in them. It's fun. I don't see it as particularly useful, but it's kind of nifty, I suppose. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna get, and we get closer to 100%ing the game, which is what we're really after here. You know, it has nothing to do with the cabs or the ability to jump or anything like that. We're really after the completing the game. And that's really why you have to do this. There's no... even somebody who was trying to make the game as easy as possible on themselves would never have to do a single taxi mission. There are easier ways to make money. The paramedic missions pay better, the firefighting missions pay better, and the vigilante missions pay way better. So... So yeah, so I mean, we're just, we do it to do it, and like I said, I prefer the Zebra cab. It's built better. It seems to handle a little better, and it seems to be a little more durable. You can paint and spray the cab, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, because you're gonna have to, for 100 runs, you're gonna have to paint and spray your cab. So, and it also might be smart to do this before the gang activity gets really bad, which I think the rampages makes it really bad. But doing the Cuban and the voodoo missions, like, those make it bad too, I think. Because the gang guys will rip you out of the car, and that's no fun. So see, we can jump now. Woohoo! Jumping around in our taxi. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna make you watch. So, hooray. And that's it. We're a little closer to our goal, and we don't ever have to take another taxi passenger. We only have firefighting missions left, I think. So, alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. You guys take care.